The following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Welcome to Speaking with the Senator. I'm Senator Kevin Avard, and today we're going to be talking with some folks about Gold Star and a potential monument that is going to be constructed at the Boscawen Memorial here in New Hampshire. And so I would like to welcome Donna and Stephanie Willett.
Hi.
Pretty good, huh?
Hi.
And Susan Peterson. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you for having me.
so you're a Gold Star mom.
Yes,
Are you comfortable talking about your son? And
very much
yeah.
so.
So what happened?
In 2009, they were on nighttime foot patrol, and a young
Where?
In Avard, Afghanistan, and that's a district in Helmand province. A young man stepped on an IED, and it severed Michael's left leg and showered him with shrapnel. He immediately started to treat his own wounds, and then when the medic got there, he continued that. But Michael did not give up. He maintained contact via radio with base, called out air support, and close quarter ambush happened immediately after the IED explosion. And because of the way Michael acted that night, every one of his men came home. He refused to be taken off the battlefield until he was 100% sure that all of his men were safe and off the battlefield. At that point, they put him in the ambulance, and his last words were, "I'm proud of my Marines." And then he passed.
When my son Michael went to Afghanistan, he said, "I'm surrounded by supermen." And it was the Marines that were protecting my boy. And he was in the Army Guard, and he was in Mountain. And what he does for a hobby, he goes to Peru and he does these 14,000 footers, you know. But it was the Marines that protected my son, and I'm very grateful for that. So how long was he in the service?
He was 3 months shy of 4 years.
4 years. Was he a specialist or?
No, infantry.
Infantry. Well, that's right. I'm thinking specialist. That's Army.
Yes.
So, and Stephanie, you is this your brother?
Yes, Michael's my brother.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this is obviously devastating, and thank you. It's awkward. It's awkward. Just even talking about it. It's painful, I'm sure, and there is a sense of accomplishment, though, that he protected his men. I mean, that's a legacy that some people just can't pass on. That's a lifelong legacy that people. You look all around, whether you're going to the grocery store, and I do all the shopping at home. The person that doesn't put that little stick there to divide,
Oh, yes.
unthankful, not caring about other people, not you know, that is so trite, but yet somebody will sacrifice their life to save others. There's such a contrast in human development, it seems. And when you see such bravery and such love, it doesn't go unnoticed. So did he receive an award for that?
He was awarded the Navy Cross, and it was actually awarded on the Marine Corps birthday of November 10th. So it was quite an honor. That was held at the Reserve Center in Londonderry. And,
Where was he buried?
he's at the Veterans Cemetery in Boscawen.
In Boscawen. And Stephanie, you're going to be building a memorial for him?
So following my brother's death, I was able to make connections with other Gold Star families across the country. And we go out and we do community service in honor of our loved ones. One of the biggest misconceptions is that that you don't talk about your loved one even after they're gone. But that's how they live on. They live in those funny stories. They live in every beer raised in their honor. Their legacy of service and sacrifice did not end with the day that their life was lost. It continues on long after. And on one such trip, a friend of mine, Tina, took me out to Valley Forge to see this monument under the bright moon and the beautiful stars, and it's all lit up, and it took my breath away. And it was the first physical representation I had ever seen of anything that recognized the whole family's loss. Everybody knows, well, most people should know what a Gold Star mother is. Most people don't consider that there's a Gold Star father and many Gold Star siblings, and there are Gold Star children and grandparents. And I always felt that sibling loss goes largely unnoted. As a sibling, you are considered the forgotten mourner. Most people don't pay attention to that loss. And in trying to find a way to honor that, I got to see this monument. This was my friend Tina's way of helping me deal with the loss of my brother, showing me this monument, knowing full well that when I got back home, I was going to have to start a committee and build this monument.
Yeah.
And so I started the New Hampshire Gold Star Families Memorial Project. And our goal is to build this monument up at the Memorial Walkway at the Veterans Cemetery. And so we already have a spot picked out, and it's been approved. And
Now, what was that process like, getting that approved in that spot? What kind of chain of command did you have to go?
Pretty easy. So I wrote a letter to Mike Horn up at the cemetery, and he told me that I needed to write up a proposal and submit it to General Riddell from the National Guard. And so he did that for me. I wrote him another letter, and he did it. It got approved. And I'm working with the Woody Williams Medal of Honor Foundation to build this monument, since it's their brainchild, their baby. They came up with it. It's been a pretty smooth process. It's just fundraising is where we are trying to concentrate on. What we're trying to concentrate on right now is raising the funds.
What's it going to look like?
I can show you pictures if you'd like to see.
Well,
yeah.
yes, we can. We'll actually, if you
Yeah.
can send me a picture,
Yeah, definitely.
as we're talking, it'll probably
so
pop
it's either
up.
black granite or black marble,
Okay.
and it has the cutout of a soldier. And on the front, it tells you what a Gold Star family is, because some people don't know that it's a family who has lost a loved one in service to this country. And it doesn't matter whether they died overseas or at home or how they died. They lost their life in service to this country. And so we honor their families.
We, in my office up at the Capitol, my assistant, Marie Marston, lost her brother-in-law. And he was just on a routine training, and he was a Navy SEAL. And, they're brothers for life. They're brothers for life. These guys are amazing. And like you said, there's this network and this family of that continues on. And that's how they remain with us in that. They're not forgotten. They're talked about, and it's good. I mean, that's just me asking you to talk about it. It's more uncomfortable probably for me than for you to.
Probably.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
Yeah. So right now what we're looking at is a fundraising event. What is something like this going to go for?
So it's going to cost us about $60,000 to have it built and installed. One of the biggest things that we wanted to do is make sure that it looked very organic, that it belonged on the monument walkway up there. If you've ever walked the monument walkway up the Veterans Cemetery, it is beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
And it just seems very like it's sprung up out of the woods almost. It's very affirming and respectful and reverent. And I wanted to make sure that this monument met that criteria.
Do you have a target date in mind?
So we're going to have a groundbreaking on April 23rd up at the Veteran Cemetery. And Medal of Honor recipient Woody Williams will be joining us that day for the groundbreaking. We hope to have the monument built and installed before National Gold Star Mother's Day, which is the third Sunday in September. I think it's going to be the 28th around that time, so that we can dedicate it on Gold Star Mother's Day.
Oh, interesting, wonderful. We're actually, I got an event in Keene. I'll be singing to raise for veterans in May 20th next year. It's my anniversary. But it's a good cause, and I get to sing. So,
That's always
and
fun.
then we can go on. But it's to raise funds for vets. Use what you can, you know. I mean, these guys gave everything, and it's a labor of love, actually. Susan, what's your involvement here?
Steffi just put out the word that she was looking to have people come on board to help with it, and I'm thinking 60 grand is nothing. We can do that, and we should have the money soon. So we really want like every community to get involved, and I mean we'll definitely be contacting some of the bigger corporations in the state. So I'm just here to help support them.
I'm sure every community in this state, even a little bit, would go a long way, right?
Hey, $1 is not too little. I mean, anything that people want to help donate, and I know that Stephanie, I think she's given the website, and you can donate right online, so it's very easy.
And how did you hear about this?
Stephanie?
You're just good friends with Stephanie, and so you're helping coordinate. Where are we at right now with our fundraising? Or
We're just beginning. You're like our first show ever to
It's
do.
a great place to start.
It is.
We've raised about $6,000.
Okay.
So we're 1/10 of the way there.
Yes.
All right.
But you know, it's a lot of money, but it's worth it, and we hope that the communities get involved. Our thought is there are many communities in this state that have fallen heroes that come back, that call that place home. So, you know, we're going to put out a challenge to have those communities raise funds in honor of their fallen military and in support of those Gold Star families. A little friendly challenge and get everybody involved, because this monument is not just about one person in one part of the state. It's about all of us.
Right.
And our Gold Star families in this state are spread far and wide. So we want to make it as a place for everybody to come, and a monument that represents everybody. So hopefully the more community involvement we get, the more that feeling spreads.
It's
And
funny
it
how
honors not only those service members from Iraq and Afghanistan, but every conflict.
All wars.
All the way back.
Wars, yes. So
All
it's
wars.
all inclusive for Gold Star families.
And I like it too that they recognize those that served and came home and died here from TBI, PTSD. If they've, I mean, as you know, we lose 22 to 23 young soldiers or service members every day to suicide. So they're also recognized. And I really think that that's awesome. So it's not just a particular, like Donna said, for Afghanistan or Gulf War or any of that. It's all wars, all the way back.
And it seems like every war seems to have its significance too.
Yes.
I mean, with some of the things that come back home, either families broke up, you got Agent Orange, or people were Vietnam vets weren't taken back, and then the Gulf Wars. All these wars, there's something that you know
Yes.
is always present. It's a bond with this whatever it is. And just a shout out, we did discuss before we got on here about Officer Diamond.
Yes.
He was a police officer in the Franklin area, and I had the privilege of knowing him, and I was there at the funeral, and Mike was in Afghanistan when that happened, and I worked out with him at the gym a little bit. I knew him personally, to some degree, but his colleagues, they're just standing, the police officers, they were there.
Oh, yes.
And you just had this overwhelming pressure. I mean, you just wanted to break down, and it just, it was tough. That was tough. And then knowing that mine was over there, my son was over in
Yes.
Afghanistan, it's an overwhelming thought. I had a customer, Mrs. Audley. I used to clean her when she was alive. She was a customer for about 20 years. Her son PJ went to Vietnam. He volunteered. And she said to me, I didn't breathe right until he got home.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I didn't.
Absolutely.
I understand. I mean, you don't breathe. I mean,
Your
you
son's
don't.
there now, so.
Yeah.
It's just ever present.
Yeah.
And you do what you can. I can remember doing the boxes.
Oh,
Right?
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Lots of
Care
packages.
packages.
yeah.
Oh, yes.
Stop sending candy. Don't no more
I know.
candy. No more candy. So then you would send protein bars, or you would send deodorant sticks, or you would send something else.
Diaper wipes.
Diaper wipes.
Yeah.
Or a golf club with golf balls.
Oh,
Right.
really?
Yeah.
Didn't even think of that. We sent a lot of stuff.
But you can get creative, or squirt guns.
Sure.
Things to play with when
we
there's
definitely were king on the gag stuff.
Gag,
a lot of
yeah.
the guys that served with him mentioned they were recipients of some of that stuff. So they
silly
appreciated-
string. One time we did the silly string, and then there was the silly string, and then I bought him a guitar and sent that, and it was his birthday, and of course he had to play the guitar. But all those things really make that little package is as medicinal for me. I'm sorry for hitting that, but is for us as it is for them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is what I can do. This is what I can do. And when they get it, it's like, home.
Yes.
You are sending them a piece of home.
You are, yeah. Just don't keep sending candy. He said that there was big piles of candy, so.
Michael used to tell us that there were so many church groups that were sending care packages over. He said, please, can you tell them not to send any more packages? We have enough to last us until we get home. It was so many.
That's a nice thing. Better to having it that way than
Oh,
any
yes.
other way. And of course, then they can share that also with some of the locals, and obviously they don't have the lifestyle that we have. Just seeing him, they showed some clips where when he was there, some kind of sticky moments, just a completely different culture over there. So we can breathe when they get back, and this is a great thing that you're starting here. And now, who's going to be making this particular?
So we're working
memorial?
with a company out of Vermont
Okay.
called Picture This on Granite, and they'll actually
Called what?
picture this on granite.
Okay.
They will actually fabricate it for us, and they're going to deliver it to us from Vermont.
Where are you buying the granite from?
It's actually it has to be a special kind of granite. We wanted to use granite from the Granite State, but they said because of the way they have to cut it, it would disintegrate over time. So the granite is coming from, I believe, India. This particular type of black granite. We did want to use granite versus marble because we are the Granite State, and if we couldn't use our own granite, we wanted to make sure that it was granite. It's very beautiful. It's black with like gold swirls in it. It's pretty impressive. So we're looking forward to it.
It sounds like a great project, and it's there's not you can't do enough. I'd like to do a program just on the suicide issue. I'm hearing that all the time, and some of it is linked to the opioid crisis as well. They come back and they're given opioids and to deal with some of their stress, and then they go hooked. It's one thing after another, and of course then the VA. We're hearing all kinds of stories with the VA. Right?
I wish ours was full service. Ours is the only state in the country that doesn't have a full service VA, and that's personally a shame, I think. So we need to do more.
We need to do a lot more because, and we can talk about other issues later at another point. But this is a great idea. So, how do people get in touch with you to donate? Or yeah?
So we have a Facebook page like everything else in the world, and it's New Hampshire Gold Star Families Memorial Project. There's you can email us. I gave them the email address, but it's nhgsfmp@yahoo.com. That was long. You can do that. They can reach us on the Facebook page, or you can go to the Woody Williams Medal of Honor Foundation website, and there's a list of projects, and we're listed under Manchester because that's where I'm from. So, and you can donate directly on that page. It has information about our project right on that page. It gives you all the information.
So hit like.
We need the likes.
Oh, yes.
We need spread the
A
word.
lot.
Likes and
Yeah.
shares.
Likes
Listen,
and
Yes.
shares.
the
You
secret to-
cannot underestimate or undervalue that.
likes are one thing, but shares are good.
Oh, yes.
Shares
Really
are where it really helps. When we have press releases and things of that nature, we ask people to share them because it gets the word out. Liking is
Yes.
just, thank you.
Thanks for liking us, but please help us raise money.
Right. Like, share, and donate.
Donate.
Yes.
Donate is huge.
There'll be a donate button on there.
Yes,
right?
there's a way to donate. Yep.
Is it set up as a nonprofit? How
Yes,
is
it
it set
is.
up?
It's under the Woody Williams Medal of Honor Foundation. They handle all the money for us under their 501c3 number. And they have done projects across the country. They've done 8 are already installed. I think there's like 12 more in progress, including ours. And there's a whole list of them right on their webpage, so you can look and see what other states have done. Some states even have 2. So I like ours where it is. I think it's a great place to have it. It's a poignant place to have it. It's going to be by the Global War on Terrorism Monument and over.
Is that the glass one?
No, that's
No,
the Army
that's
one.
the
The
Army.
glass one is the Army one. And then and it's kind of kitty-cornered over towards where they have the
The
reflection pool.
reflection fountain.
Yeah. It's beautiful. That whole area is just beautiful. It's
is.
a wonderful thing.
So we're really working to make sure the monument looks organic, like it belongs there.
Okay.
Making sure that it fits in with everything else that surrounds it and meets the needs of the cemetery as well as our desires to, represent New Hampshire well.
So after the show, do you have events lined up to
Not yet. This is the first big thing we've done, so
Okay.
we're really starting to get going.
Did you say big thing?
Big thing we've done. This is it.
Did
This
you hear
is the
that
big
on
one.
the Speaking
Big
with the
thing.
Senator? It's a big thing. All right.
This is the biggest thing I've ever done, so we're good. But yeah,
Too.
so this is the start. We're going to start looking at having fundraisers, and we're trying to come up with ideas for events. We want to make sure that it's something people would be interested in doing and would raise good money. So I don't know whether it's going to be a 5K or some type of other type of event, but we will start having events shortly.
Include music. Music's a good
Music
thing.
is always a good
Well,
thing.
since you sing, you need to volunteer to do something.
Oh, if you have an event that you would like us to sing, I'm sure we have some musicians that would be very. The guy who helped me helped me record Soldier Son. He's a Marine, Bob Woodbury. He's up in the Guilford area, and there are a number of musicians that would love to help out. If you have
put
an
on a
event,
concert.
We might have to just do a concert.
a concert would be fun. I know we have one May 20th, and I think that's already designated. But if you can find a hall or something of that nature, New Hampshire has so many musicians. Brad Bossy, Jared Taylor, Mike Moran, Strings and Things Up North. Mike Bilodeau has a whole network of musicians.
Okay, so there's something that we can do.
Yeah, there's a fundraising.
There's an
idea.
idea.
That's a
you
great
know.
idea. Thank you.
Thank
You know,
you.
and singing's fun, and the musicians, just,
Maybe for you.
yeah. Well, not necessarily for the people who are listening.
For me. I mean,
There's
my
really
singing.
nothing that brings people together quite like music.
I
Anyway.
know,
It's
that's true.
It's a
It's a great way to
huge
do it.
bridge builder, and it transcends political, religious, everything. It just if you can get together from all spectrums just to support our troops, our families, Gold Star, Blue Stars. Blue Stars, knocking doors. I see them. I gravitate to them. Just because there's a kinship there, and so love to help.
Well, we will definitely tap that resource. So
Yeah,
thank you.
that'd be wonderful. And maybe you can do one in Nashua. See if you can get the Keefe Auditorium or one.
Right.
That's a great auditorium.
That would be a great idea.
Yeah, and then maybe in Manchester and up in the Laconia region, music.
It's the ultimate.
Right.
bridge.
So one more time, how did I get in touch with you again?
Okay, so they can-
Slower this time.
I talk fast. They can see our Facebook page, New Hampshire Gold Star Families Memorial Project.
Mhm.
They can email us at our email address, which is nhgsfmp@yahoo.com. They can also go to the Woody Williams Medal of Honor Foundation website, choose the Manchester Project, Manchester, New Hampshire Project, and get all the information right there. So they can reach us all those different ways, and we'll get back to you. And we would love any help that anybody has to offer.
Okay.
So.
Look into that camera right there and just say something.
Okay.
If you want to support,
this is
see-
awful. What am I doing?
I'll do it for you. How's
yeah,
that?
please do.
If you want to support this event, get in touch with them. Get in touch with Stephanie, like the Facebook page, get involved. A little bit goes a long way when a lot of people are involved. And if you want to help out, you want to help rent out a hall or something like that so people could come, maybe listen to music, do a bake sale, anything. our soldiers, our families sacrifice everything. This is a wonderful way of giving back and letting their memories live in perpetuity. Did I say that right?
It is.
In perpetuity.
In perpetuity. So thank you for joining us for another episode of Speaking with the Senator, and thank you very much for coming on the show and
For having
telling
For
us
us.
your story.
having us.
All
We
right,
appreciate it.
good. Until next week, we'll see you.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.